Hi, this is Rahul Kapoor, and welcome to our next podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that you need to avoid. Yes, these are the 5 things that you must stay away from in order to make it right to the top. There is no one road to success, there are several. Likewise, there is no one formula to achieve success, there are several. Management gurus have put enough ink to paper chronicling their personal success formulas. After having read and reread their books several times over, I have arrived at the conclusion that it might be easier to pen down some formulas to success based on the reverse osmosis theory, so to say. So here are my secret lists. Not to success, but how to achieve it by knowing what to avoid. Yes, I repeat, we're talking about 5 things that you need to avoid. Let's start. Number 1, don't bite off more than you can chew. Very often we come across people who overcommit themselves to work. They take up more work than they actually can deliver. This happens either because of the fear of upsetting a client or for the fear of losing business to competitors. Ultimately, overcommitment creates immense pressure, which leads to poor quality of service or inability to meet deadlines, causing harm to the professional image of the concerned person. So my solution: learn to say no whenever required. I'm repeating this again. Learn to say no. Yes, and it's perfectly fine to say no. There is a point beyond which you should not accept work, especially if you are unsure of completing and delivering it on time. It is always better to be forthright and frank right in the beginning than to be sorry later. Number 2, don't talk yourself into trouble. There are some people who just can't stop talking. They have an uncanny knack of talking themselves into trouble. Like in the sales situation, it is good to talk to influence a prospect into buying. However, not knowing where to stop leads to overselling. I repeat, overselling, and that's bad. This creates doubt in the mind of your customer and makes him question your integrity. Even while at work, talking too much puts people off and they begin to consciously avoid you or stop taking you seriously. Here's my solution. Sometimes silence is golden. I repeat, sometimes silence is golden. It retains certain amount of suspense and the listener will always have something to discover. It is good to talk and talk really hard, but then there are times where being quiet or talking less can win the day for you. Therefore, practice restraint. It will pay off in the long run. Learn to be quiet when it's important. Number 3, don't lose patience. Do you remember the story where someone once bought a gold mine with the hope that someday he would be able to find gold and become rich? So he hired 20 people and asked them to dig every day. His men worked for a month, digging 100 feet deep, but they could not find gold. The man did not give up and he asked them to dig deeper. Another month went past and they dug another 100 feet, yet they found no gold. The man became impatient and sold the mine to someone else. The new owner of the mine dug one more day and he struck gold and became rich overnight. Now, what is my solution? Well, I'm trying to say is that impatience is a dangerous virtue that makes you react negatively and eventually leads you to disaster. Patience pays. Focus on your goals. Do not surrender to fate and keep working like the patient worker in the gold mine. And soon you will find gold in all aspects of life. The key is stay patient, stay consistent with what your goal is, and keep it going. Number 4, don't drag your feet. Procrastination is an art of convincing yourself that you can put off until tomorrow what should be done today. People postpone doing things. Why? Due to fear, boredom, laziness. In the long run, their inaction becomes a cause of their failure. Businessmen fail, students fare badly in exams, sports people lose out on to someone else because they were not ready to take up the challenge to do some things now. Now. They just kept postponing and then they lose out. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect setup, the perfect place that never really arrives, and eventually people fail. Here's my solution. Tell yourself each day that the only way to do something is to start immediately. Don't deliberate, don't postpone. Keep telling yourself that you need to meet a deadline. You need to accomplish certain jobs and push yourself to take the first step. Finally, don't ignore work-life balance. According to a recent study, Europeans work, they say, for about 43 hours per week. Americans work for 45 hours a week. Indians clock about 50 hours a week. Due to the rapid growth in our economy and plenty of opportunities for growth, people are making unhealthy choices. They opt to neglect family and friends in pursuit of corporate goals, which is leading to stress and unhappiness. So here's what I have to say. Ask yourself how much money you really require to lead a comfortable and happy life. Do not land yourself into a situation where you lust after money and you forget the real meaning of life. Create a balance. Spend time with your family and friends. Invest on your health. Stay peaceful and happy, because that is the only way to enhance your productivity. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope that you enjoyed this podcast. And with the 5 things that you need to avoid, I'm sure you can really get to the point that you want to in your life. This is Rahul Kapoor saying goodbye. Until next time, have a good time, enjoy yourself, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast.